They say a mirror shows you your face, but never your soul. It reflects light, not truth. We all know people who seem to orbit their own universe, craving admiration and attention. We might call them vain or self-absorbed, but the truth is deeper. Why does someone need constant applause just to feel whole? The answer is more tragic than simple vanity. This is a story about a hunger that can never be filled, a journey into the misunderstood world of narcissism. Narcissism isn't healthy self-esteem. It's a labyrinth of grandiosity and insecurity, dazzling charisma and hidden pain. It's a performance where the actor forgets they're wearing a mask. To understand it, we must look beyond the surface, into the shadows of the past. This isn't about people who love themselves too much, but about those who were taught they weren't lovable at all. Their journey is a desperate search for a love they never received. It's a quest to prove their worth to a world that once made them feel worthless. And it all begins and ends with a reflection. The ancient Greeks told the story of Narcissus, a beautiful youth who fell in love with his own reflection. He wasted away, unable to connect with anyone but his image, and from his death sprang the narcissus flower. Today, our pools of water are glowing screens. Social media is our global reflecting pool. We curate our lives, post our best moments, and wait for validation. We create digital avatars and measure self-worth in likes and shares. The myth of Narcissus plays out on a massive scale. We risk becoming so captivated by our projected image that we lose touch with our authentic selves. We feed our digital egos while starving our souls. The danger is the same. To fall in love with a reflection is to lose connection with reality. Our obsession with image can leave us isolated, hungry for real connection. The story of Narcissus is not just a myth, it's a warning. In chasing perfection, we risk losing ourselves. The mirror's surface is seductive, but it cannot nourish us. Only authenticity can. The struggle between pride and humility is timeless. Spiritual traditions have long warned against arrogance. The Quran reminds us not to walk the earth exultantly. The Bible warns, pride goes before destruction. These are not just moral lessons, they're psychological truths. A spirit inflated by pride is fragile, destined to break. Socrates said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Intellectual humility is the antidote to narcissism's need for expertise and applause. Ancient warnings are more relevant than ever. Are we, as a society, obsessed with our digital footprints and personal brands? The call is to remember our humanity, to look away from the mirror and toward something greater. These lessons weren't just for kings, they're for all of us. Humility is the path to true growth. Our modern world rewards image over substance. We celebrate celebrity culture and admire influencers for their curated lives. Advertisements tell us we're not enough unless we buy, look, or act a certain way. Social media amplifies this, creating an echo chamber of validation. We post, we get likes, and we chase the dopamine rush. The line between real life and curated online life blurs. We become actors in our own reality show. True self-worth is quiet and internal, but in the digital noise, it's mistaken for lack of ambition. Authenticity feels risky. We're encouraged to build a personal brand, a polished, marketable false self. The result is a culture of comparison. We scroll through perfect lives and feel our own don't measure up. This fuels a desperate need to project success, even if it's not real. We're trapped in a cycle of performing and comparing, afraid to be seen as less than perfect. The game is exhausting, and nobody truly wins. The cost is our authenticity. The reward is fleeting. Narcissism isn't always loud. The grandiose narcissist is brash and entitled, demanding admiration. But there's also the covert or vulnerable narcissist, shy, insecure, but secretly convinced of their own specialness. Their grandiosity is hidden. They see themselves as misunderstood geniuses or unique sufferers. Both types are fueled by the same inner wound and shame. The grandiose narcissist says, "Look at me, I'm flawless." The vulnerable one says, "Look at my suffering, it makes me special." In both, the focus is entirely on the self, a desperate attempt to feel special and avoid feeling ordinary. Narcissism can look like arrogance or crippling insecurity. It can be the loudest or the quietest person in the room. The common thread is the mask, hiding the true, vulnerable self. Both are trapped in the prison of the false self. One bangs on the bars, the other hides in the corner. But both are equally imprisoned by the fear of being truly seen. The mask protects, but it also isolates. How does one escape this prison? Healing begins with a crack in the mirror, a moment of self-awareness, often triggered by crisis. A divorce, job loss, or failure can shatter the illusion of perfection. This is called narcissistic collapse. In this painful moment, true healing can begin. It takes courage to look inward, to face the wounded child within. Therapy can help dismantle the false self and reconnect with true feelings. Healing is grieving the love never received and learning to give it to oneself. The goal is empathy, first for oneself, then for others. To see people as individuals, not mirrors or props. This shift moves us from a self-centered world to a shared human community. It's about trading external validation for internal self-worth. Healing is taking off the mask and letting the true self be seen. It's the moment the actor leaves the stage and begins to live authentically. We've seen that narcissism is not self-celebration, but a defense against worthlessness. It's a story in our myths, scriptures, and social media feeds. A human story. Are we contributing to a culture that values image over authenticity? When you post online, what are you seeking, connection or approval? We all have narcissistic tendencies. The key is honest self-reflection. How can we encourage authenticity over performance? How can we teach our children their worth is inherent? These are the conversations that build a more compassionate world. In the end, we have a choice. Stare into the mirror or look through a window. A window shows us the world, other people, and the beauty beyond ourselves. A mirror traps us. A window sets us free. The choice is ours.